Good morning and welcome to today's episode of Crypto Daily. I'm joined by my co-host and we're excited to dive into the latest news and trends shaping the world of cryptocurrency.
That's right. We've got a packed show for you today with some major updates on the airdrop front and a fascinating take on Bitcoin's place in the global economy.
Let's start with the big news from Puffer Finance. The liquid restaking protocol has revealed the details of its upcoming airdrop campaign, and it's got the community buzzing.
That's right. Puffer Finance has launched a new token called Carrot, which users can accrue through staking, governance voting, and liquidity provision. This token can eventually be converted for a Puffer airdrop, which is a big deal for those invested in the protocol.
Absolutely. Airdrops are always a major talking point in the crypto space, and this one is no exception. The fact that users can earn Carrot through various activities adds an extra layer of excitement to the campaign.
It's a clever move by Puffer Finance, incentivizing users to participate in the protocol's governance and staking mechanisms. We'll be keeping a close eye on how this airdrop campaign unfolds and what it means for the broader crypto ecosystem.
Shifting gears, we've got some interesting comments from Goldman Sachs CEO David Solomon on the role of Bitcoin in the global economy. During a recent televised appearance, Solomon said that Bitcoin is not a threat to the US dollar.
That's right. This is a topic of ongoing debate among crypto enthusiasts and critics alike. Solomon's comments are significant given Goldman Sachs' stature in the financial world. He essentially said that Bitcoin is not in competition with the US dollar, which is a major sticking point for...
It's worth noting that Bitcoin has been on a tear lately, pushing to new all-time high price marks since the election. However, Solomon's comments suggest that the traditional financial establishment still views Bitcoin as a niche player, rather than a direct challenger to the US dollar's dominance.
We'll be exploring this theme further throughout the episode, including the implications of Solomon's comments for Bitcoin's future growth and adoption. It's a fascinating topic that gets to the heart of cryptocurrency's place in the global economy.
And that's just the beginning. We've got a lot more to cover today, from market trends to regulatory updates and everything in between. Stay tuned for a packed episode of Crypto Daily.
We were just discussing the resurgence of interest in AI and crypto and how they're becoming increasingly intertwined. It seems like that trend is only going to continue, especially with some of the latest news we're seeing.
That's right. I mean, who would have thought that John McAfee's Twitter account would be active again and promoting an AI token, of all things?
I know, it's wild. The tweet claims that it's an AI version of McAfee himself, called A Antivirus, and it's touting a Solana-based token. But what's really interesting is the warning at the end of the tweet, cautioning people against scam tokens.
Yeah, that's a good point. It's clear that whoever is behind this is trying to establish some legitimacy, but it's also raising a lot of eyebrows. I mean, is this really a genuine attempt to honor McAfee's legacy, or is it just a clever marketing ploy?
Well, building on what we discussed earlier about the intersection of AI and crypto, this does seem like a natural progression. But at the same time, it's hard not to be skeptical, especially given McAfee's own history of controversy and drama.
Absolutely. And speaking of innovation, there's another story that caught my eye recently. Did you hear about the paralyzed man who was able to control a virtual drone with his mind?
No, I didn't. That sounds like science fiction. How did he do it?
Apparently, researchers from Stanford University developed an experimental device that uses neural signals from tiny electrode arrays implanted in the man's brain. He was able to navigate complex obstacle courses and even fly random patterns just by thinking about moving his fingers.
Wow, that's incredible. And it's not hard to see how this kind of technology could have implications for the world of crypto and AI. I mean, if we can develop devices that can read brain signals, who's to say we can't use that to create more secure and intuitive interfaces for interacting with cryptocurrencies?
Exactly. It's all about exploring the boundaries of what's possible and pushing the limits of human ingenuity. And as we see more and more stories like this, it's clear that the future of crypto and AI is going to be a wild and exciting ride.
That's for sure. And we'll be here to guide you every step of the way, bringing you the latest news and insights from the world of crypto and beyond.
So, what do you think? Are you excited about the potential of AI and crypto, or do you have concerns about the implications? Let us know in the comments and we'll be sure to discuss it further in future episodes.
So we were just discussing the potential implications of mainstream adoption on various cryptocurrencies. Building on what we discussed earlier, I'd like to dive into a recent article that caught my eye. It seems XRP's price may be in for a slide, according to Omkar Godbole.
That's right. Godbole points out two key reasons why this might happen. Firstly, the CME's denial of XRP futures suggests a lack of institutional demand for coins other than Bitcoin and Ethereum.
That's a pretty big blow, considering the optimism surrounding XRP just earlier this month. If you recall, it surged in hopes of mainstream adoption under Trump's presidency, but now it seems that enthusiasm might have been short-lived.
Exactly. And when you combine that with the technical studies indicating a weakening of the upward momentum, it's clear why Godbole is sounding the alarm. Payments-focused cryptocurrencies like XRP are particularly vulnerable to shifts in market sentiment.
Speaking of market sentiment, let's take a look at the latest performance update from CoinDesk. It seems Solana SOL is having a rough day, falling 8.8% as nearly all assets trade lower.
Yeah, Sol is definitely the biggest loser today, and it's not alone. Avalanche, AVAX, also declined 5.7%. The CoinDesk 20 index is currently trading at 3,809.52, down 4.3% since Wednesday.
That's quite a drop. But it's interesting to note that not all assets are performing poorly. Ethereum Classic ETC is actually up 2.1%, and Ethereum itself is only down 1.4%.
So there are some bright spots in the market, but overall, it's clear that the momentum is bearish right now. We'll need to keep a close eye on these trends to see how they play out in the coming days.
Absolutely. And as we continue to follow these developments, it's worth considering how they might impact the broader crypto market. Will we see a rebound, or will this downturn continue? We'll be discussing these questions and more in our next segment.
And don't forget to tune in tomorrow for our weekly wrap-up, where we'll be summarizing the biggest stories of the week and providing our analysis on what they mean for the world of cryptocurrency.
Building on what we discussed earlier about the recent uptick in institutional investment, it seems like World Liberty Financial is doubling down on its crypto holdings. The Trump-lent firm just purchased an additional $9,800,000 worth of wrapped Bitcoin, or WBTC, on Thursday.
That's right, and this purchase brings their total crypto holdings to a whopping $352 million, according to Arkham. But what's even more interesting is that they're not stopping there. They're planning to buy an additional $2,650,000 worth of TRX this week.
This is a significant move, especially considering their WFI token sale is nearing completion. They've already raised over $100 million through the token sale, and it seems like they're looking to diversify their holdings.
It's also worth noting that World Liberty Financial has been quite active in the crypto space, making significant purchases and investments. This could be a sign of their confidence in the market despite the recent volatility.
Speaking of new projects, have you heard about Azuki's Animecoin? It just debuted with a fully diluted valuation of $1.2 billion amid an airdrop to users.
Yes, I have. The airdrop was highly anticipated, and users reported that the claims process was relatively smooth. But what's interesting is that Animecoin is already trading at a significant valuation, which could be a sign of the project's potential.
Azuki is a well-known NFT project, and the success of Animecoin could be a sign of the growing interest in NFTs and gaming tokens. We've seen a lot of projects in this space gain traction recently, and it's possible that Animecoin could be the next big thing.
It's also worth noting that the NFT market has been relatively resilient despite the downturn in the broader crypto market. This could be a sign that investors are looking for alternative assets and investment opportunities.
Well, we'll certainly be keeping an eye on Animecoin and World Liberty Financial's future moves. It's always exciting to see new projects and investments emerge in the crypto space.
Absolutely, and we'll be here to bring you the latest news and updates as they happen.
I think it's interesting to circle back to the story about Dogecoin and the removal of the meme imagery from the Doge agency website. It just goes to show how intertwined the world of cryptocurrency and pop culture can be. One minute the price is surging due to a perceived connection to Elon Musk's initiative, and the next it's plummeting because that connection appears to be nothing more than a fleeting nod.
Exactly. And it highlights the volatility of the crypto market. We've seen time and time again how a single tweet or social media post can send prices soaring or crashing. But what I find particularly intriguing is the psychology behind it. Why do investors get so caught up in these perceived connections and hype?
I think it's because the crypto space is still relatively new and uncharted territory. Investors are eager to latch onto anything that seems like it could be a game changer. And when you have a figure like Elon Musk, who has been known to move markets with his tweets, it's only natural that people are going to pay attention to his every move.
That's a great point. And speaking of game changers, I want to touch back on the Animecoin drop and how it's aiming to fuel collaborative anime. This is an example of a project that's not just about hype, but about creating a real, tangible community around a shared passion.
Absolutely. By bringing the global anime fan base on-chain, the Animecoin Foundation is opening up new possibilities for creators and fans to collaborate and monetize their work. It's a great example of the kind of innovation that's happening in the crypto space, beyond just the price fluctuations.
And I think that's what gets lost in the noise sometimes. We get so caught up in the daily price movements and the drama surrounding certain projects that we forget about the real world applications and use cases that are being developed.
So, as we wrap up today's episode, what are some key takeaways for our listeners? First and foremost, be cautious of hype and perceived connections. Do your own research and don't get caught up in the FOMO.
Second, keep an eye on projects like Animecoin that are pushing the boundaries of what's possible in the crypto space. These are the kinds of innovations that could have a lasting impact on the industry.
And finally, remember that the crypto market is inherently volatile. Prices can fluctuate rapidly, and it's essential to have a long-term perspective and a solid investment strategy.
Well, that's all for today's episode. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll catch you all tomorrow.